Scene script. Have you ever pondered about the significant changes that took place during Ayub Khan's era in Pakistan, the era that left an indelible mark on the country's history? This remarkable era began in 1958 when Ayub Khan, a military general, assumed power. It was a time of transformation, a period of great change that would redefine the trajectory of Pakistan. Ayub Khan's era was marked with a series of reforms that sought to reshape the country's agriculture, administration, and industry. Even the constitution and foreign policy were not left untouched. These reforms were not just about changes on paper. They were about impacting people's lives, about shifting the very fabric of society. They were about setting a new course for Pakistan, a course that still influences the nation's path today. So, let's embark on this riveting journey through time as we explore the major reforms that shaped Ayub Khan's era. In this video, we delve into the major reforms that occurred during Ayub Khan's era. Agriculture, the backbone of Pakistan's economy, underwent significant changes during Ayub Khan's era. Firstly, ceiling on land holdings set a limit on the maximum amount of land an individual could own. Initial ceiling, 500 acres of irrigated land and 1,000 acres of non-irrigated land. This transformation was not an overnight phenomenon, but rather a concerted effort to modernize an industry that was, and still is, crucial to Pakistan's economic stability. The first pillar of this transformation was the introduction of modern farming techniques. Prior to Ayub Khan's era, farming in Pakistan was largely traditional, with farmers relying on age-old practices passed down from generation to generation. However, recognizing the need to increase productivity, Ayub Khan took bold steps to introduce modern farming methods. This included the use of mechanized farming equipment, high-yield crop varieties, and scientifically designed irrigation systems. The result was a significant increase in agricultural productivity, which in turn led to a boost in the country's overall economic output. The second major development was the advent of the Green Revolution. This was a global movement aimed at increasing agricultural production through the use of new technologies and methods. Ayub Khan embraced this revolution with open arms, implementing policies that encouraged the use of fertilizers, pesticides, and improved seed varieties. The Green Revolution not only increased crop yields but also created a surplus of food grains, making Pakistan self-sufficient in food production for the first time in its history. However, these changes did not come without challenges. The introduction of modern farming techniques and the Green Revolution brought with them a host of social and environmental issues. These included the displacement of small farmers, increased income inequality, and significant environmental degradation. Yet, despite these challenges, the benefits of these reforms far outweighed the drawbacks. In conclusion, the agricultural reforms during Ayub Khan's era were a turning point in Pakistan's history. They transformed a traditional industry into a modern, efficient one, capable of feeding a rapidly growing population. These agricultural reforms brought about a revolutionary change, setting the stage for an era of unprecedented growth in Pakistan's agricultural sector. The administrative machinery of Pakistan saw a major overhaul under Ayub Khan's rule. One of the key changes was the introduction of the basic democracy system. It was an innovative approach to governance, aimed at giving the common people a direct role in the decision-making process. This system was structured into 4 tiers, with 80,000 basic Democrats at the lowest level who were elected by the people. These basic Democrats then elected representatives for the next level, creating a pyramid of power that culminated in the president. In addition to this, Ayub Khan also instigated significant changes in the civil service. He believed in the importance of a strong, efficient bureaucracy and therefore introduced measures to improve the recruitment and training of civil servants. The Central Superior Services were revamped with the aim of attracting the brightest minds into public service. A merit-based system was established for promotions, which was a significant departure from the previously used seniority-based system. These changes had a profound impact on the administrative structure of the country. The basic democracy system and the reforms in the civil service brought about a new level of efficiency and effectiveness in the bureaucratic system. They empowered the common people and ensured that the government machinery was more responsive to their needs. These administrative reforms aimed to bring about efficiency and effectiveness in Pakistan's bureaucratic system. Industrialization in Pakistan took a leap forward during Ayub Khan's era. A time when the nation was ripe for change, Ayub Khan's government seized the moment, fostering an environment where industry could flourish. A key element of this industrial revolution was the active promotion of the private sector. Prior to this, the economy was largely state-controlled, but Ayub Khan recognized the potential of private enterprise and sought to encourage its growth. This was a bold move, and it was complemented by the establishment of industrial estates across the country. These estates provided a physical space where businesses could set up shop, often with access to necessary infrastructure and resources. In essence, they were fertile grounds for industry to take root and grow. But what was the impact of these industrial reforms? Well, they spurred a period of remarkable industrial growth in Pakistan. The country saw a rise in the manufacturing sector, with industries such as textiles, cement, and steel experiencing significant expansion. This growth, in turn, led to increased employment opportunities and a boost in the nation's overall economic performance. The industrial reforms didn't just alter the face of Pakistan's economy, they transformed the very fabric of society. As more and more people found work in the industrial sector, urban areas began to swell, shaping the demographic and cultural landscape of the country. These industrial reforms transformed the economic landscape of Pakistan, turning it into a rapidly industrializing country. Fueled by Ayub Khan's visionary policies, Pakistan's industrial sector continues to be a significant pillar of the nation's economy today. The Constitution of Pakistan underwent a significant change during Ayub Khan's era. This period saw the introduction of a new constitution in the year 1962, a document that would shape the political landscape of the country for years to come. The 1962 Constitution was unique in many ways. One of its main features was the introduction of the presidential system, replacing the parliamentary system. This meant that the president was now the head of state and government, a power shift that created a new dynamic in the country's political structure. In addition, the new constitution provided for a unicameral legislature, a departure from the bicameral system. This was a significant change, as it meant that the legislature was now made up of a single house, simplifying the legislative process. The Constitution also introduced basic democracies, a system of local government that aimed to encourage public participation in politics. This was a significant step towards promoting democratic values in the country. However, it is important to note that the 1962 Constitution was not without controversy. Critics argued that it concentrated too much power in the hands of the president, undermining the principles of democracy. This constitutional reform marked a new chapter in the political history of Pakistan. It changed the way the country was governed, and its effects are still felt today. It was a time of change, a time of reform, and a time that would shape the future of Pakistan. Ayub Khan's era also witnessed a shift in Pakistan's foreign policy. This period saw Pakistan aligning more closely with the West, a move that was both strategic and practical. In a bid to strengthen its position and secure resources, Pakistan signed significant treaties, including the Central Treaty Organization and the Southeast Asia Treaty Organization. These alliances were pivotal, not just in terms of military aid and economic support, but they also helped to shape Pakistan's international image. Furthermore, these alignments had a profound impact on Pakistan's relations with its neighbors and other countries around the globe. Yet, it's essential to note that these foreign policy changes were not without controversy. Critics argue that they undermined the country's sovereignty and caused a major shift in its traditional non-aligned stance. Regardless of the debates, one thing is clear. The foreign policy changes during Ayub Khan's era redefined Pakistan's standing on the international stage. Ayub Khan's era left a lasting impact on the history of Pakistan. His tenure was a time of substantial reform, from agriculture to administration, industrialization to the constitution. He revolutionized farming practices, streamlined the administrative structure, spurred industrial growth, and established a constitution that has left an indelible mark. His foreign policy further shaped the nation's global standing. Ayub Khan's rule, therefore, marked a period of significant changes that have shaped the course of Pakistan's history.